Pete, this is awesome.
Oh, Clark, hey. Good to see you among the living, man. Check it out. It's the latest talent mix.
Thanks, Pete.
Good to see you all among the living. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Talon Mix. It is a Smallville recap podcast. I'm Brian. Zach is here. Zach, how's it going?
This is the episode of the Talon Mix where we reveal that you and I have been part of a secret group called Veritas all along.
Yep. The whole time.
The whole time.
It's all been planned the whole time. Guys, we've been thinking ahead on this. Definitely.
I mean, we'll get into it, but if this was happening the whole time, then Lionel's way dumber than I thought.
So not smart. Just not a smart guy. I've compared Smallville writing to like running a Dungeons and Dragons campaign a whole lot of the time, and this is never more apparent than in this episode of just, oh, sorry, did I say those guys knew each other? Yeah, all right. Yeah. No, sure. Except it's a TV show and not a thing I'm drunkenly playing in my living room.
Right. Yes. I'll wait to give my detailed thoughts on the matter, but this is a lot of retcon going on in the next few episodes, if I remember correctly.
I mean, I guess it makes sense of like we're writing out Lex, Lionel, and Lana, right?
Yes.
So yeah, I guess
I may be wrong, but I think Lana may be saying goodbye next week.
Okay, wow.
And if I remember correctly, it's not like a goodbye Lana episode. It's like we think she's coming back, but then she never really does.
Got it. One of those. A reverse Han Solo.
Yeah. That I think that's what it is, but it's been a few years, so I don't know. I could be wrong.
Yeah. Man, I am thinking about what would happen if, rather than try to retcon to try to put a button on all of these storylines, a weird Lionel heel turn again, that whatever. I wouldn't mind if they were just like, hey, sorry, we know this was a mess. We're just going to like do a couple more season 1 episodes, if that's cool.
Yeah, this time it won't be Gum. It'll be Clark Parr that will give him the powers.
Put him fully
two on the nose.
Actually, put him fully like back in high school, and like we're just gonna literally make some season 1 episodes. Would that be fun? I'd be like, yes. Remember when these shows used to be a teenager touches a fucking piece of kryptonite and becomes a freaky guy, and Clark's got to punch him all while longingly looking at a girl?
Remember Googly Eyes?
Oh, I miss Googly Eyes.
Brian, so I'm sensing you didn't like this episode, or you just, how do you feel about it?
I don't have malice towards it, but I do have man, I got a lot of shit to watch, and this is what I got to spend like an hour doing.
See, I found it to be a good episode, very involving at least compared to what we've had. But I get where you're coming from. It's definitely lore heavy, and it's more serious. It's not like fun. We're not having fun Smallville.
I wasn't mad at it by any means, but I was not having a particularly large amount of fun, I would say.
I do think it has the benefit of being a Lionel-centric episode.
Yes. No, sure, put John Glover in a whole bunch of times. It's probably going to average out to pretty okay.
Yeah. Yes, I mean, I don't know, should we just dive in, or what do you think?
Let's dive in. This week we watched Traveler. It's the 14th episode in the 7th season of Smallville, is the 146th episode overall. It aired on March 20th, 2008. Lionel Luthor is handed a warning message. The son of Krypton belongs to Veritas. Veritas is a word that we heard started getting kicked around with Mr. Christopher Reeve on the show. When was old Chris Reeve
Wait, did he say Veritas?
What I have here in italics, I was doing dishes. So I don't know that we literally saw the message. I saw Lionel open the envelope.
No. What I mean is, did Christopher Reeve use the term in his episode? I thought it was a totally retcon thing.
I think so too. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So the term is just thrown around this week, maybe last week. I know Lex was looking at the stained glass window that had the V on it.
We've heard Veritas before, though.
Have we?
100%. In reference to Lionel being a part of something. We didn't know what it was specifically defined, but we knew it was a thing. We knew Lionel was a part of it. I think we even knew Teague was a part of it. What's her name from season 4?
When was this?
I think around season 4. Let me. There's a click into Veritas. There's a whole Veritas article. I'm sure we can get.
You might spoil things for yourself, so be careful.
Don't worry. It's whole walls of text that I'm not gonna read. I'm looking for simply the first episode where the word Veritas is mentioned. I got a couple of things here. The Veritas logo is seen for the first time in a letter in Lionel's office in Siren. What is Siren?
Siren is isn't that the one we just watched with the Oliver Queen comes back?
Yes.
Yeah.
Before season 4 began, a planned story arc revolved around the quote-unquote Seers. This group included all of the members of the now called Veritas Society, and Bridget Crosby and Genevieve Teague. Due to Christopher Reeves' death, the arc was not possible and it was abolished, although hints of it are continued and were even around in the first episode. Citation needed. I don't believe that.
I don't either, but I think the first mention of it is this season.
I don't know. That isn't true. That isn't true. No, we can't move on till we get to the bottom of this. Smallville, first mention of, because why would I know what that is? Why would I know what that is? The first formal mention of Veritas in Smallville occurs in season 7, episode 14, entitled Traveler. No! Am I getting fucking Mandela affected here? Is it happening to me? I'm seeing a lot of
vu.
I'm remembering, like, in the episode what's Lois Lane from the movie, the famous actress who
Margot Kidder,
Kidder, who's shown to be Christopher Reeves' assistant, and then we get Lionel in like the back of a limo, and I swear to God, Veritas is mentioned in some capacity.
Oh, that was all Stone stuff. I don't know if that.
I think it was all mentioned around Stone stuff. Or maybe not. Once again, it's possible I'm from another dimension and have been dropped here. That's fucking...
that would be incredible foresight on their part.
So it does seem like, based on what I am Googling, it does seem like they had been circling this storyline for a hot minute. So it shows up, like, there are some, like, long booking decisions that are like, see, they were thinking about it. But all right, I guess I'm just fucking stupid and nuts.
They couldn't have been thinking about it too long because it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Maybe it was just the fact that Lionel was part of a society, and I started putting that together, that it was Veritas based on looking at the wiki.
Oh yeah, it definitely is hinted that they're all in cahoots, minus the Queens. But
yeah, the Queens was new. We'll fucking get into it. I'm going crazy here, but I've known an episode called Veritas was coming, just looking at the wiki, right? So it's possible I'm just reverse engineering something, but I'm going with my Mandela effect theory.
That's what happened, Brian.
I think I'm being fucking gaslit.
Me and the internet are teaming up.
Ugh. At the Kent farm, Clark Kent opens the book containing the key when he is suddenly attacked with a kryptonite taser. He manages to fend off his attacker, but his attacker calls in reinforcements. It's the silliest glowing green taser.
Right, and it's also silly that this guy went in by himself first and then is like, okay, come on in, guys, and like 30 other guys come in.
They roll a car into the barn.
Yeah, a Humvee
yes.
pulls into the barn set. Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like it'd be more badass than that of a bunch of dudes. And let's make sure to go carefully through the doors.
I just like the one guy's like, oh, shit, nope, you guys are right. I thought I could take him by myself, but turns out I can't.
Yeah. What was that meeting like after? Like, we got him, and you thought you were going to do it by yourself?
Shut up. Okay. I told you I'd buy y'all drinks.
I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him now. Spoilers. Okay, so they shoot Clark with more kryptonite tasers before knocking him out and capturing him. After they leave, Lana Lang and Chloe Sullivan both enter the barn and notice extensive damage. At first, they guess that Clark went to the Fortress of Solitude so that Jor-El could restore Kara Kent's memory and powers, but Chloe finds that the key is still in the loft. He couldn't have gone. He left his keys.
Right. It's not like he has super speed.
Yeah. Then they find a kryptonite taser on the ground. Clark wakes up in a cage. I don't have a lot. I don't know how many fucking goofs and gaffs I got for this one. It's an X-Files lore episode. You know what I mean?
We're gonna have lots to talk about. I promise.
Do you swear to me? Swear to me.
I swear to you, Brian. We can always talk about Star Wars. It's totally always.
All right. I got my hand on that fucking lever, dude. I'll hit that fucking Star Wars lever if I hit a fucking lull here. Clark wakes up in a cage-like cell. His captors powers up the cell, exposing him to kryptonite, and warns him to stay at the center of the cell. It's a laser tag ass looking.
I just love it is, yes. I love the wiki writer, a cage-like cell.
A cage-like cell. Yeah, or just a cage.
Yeah, cage or a cell, either one. I don't know.
Some kind of mix between a cage and a cell. You know, like one of those words.
Cage-like cell.
Yeah.
Cage-like cell.
That's our next podcast name. Just Cage-like Cell. Brian and Zach's Cage-like Cell.
Yeah, he wakes up in this cage-like cell, and it's like a normal cage-like cell.
Yeah.
And then he like waits too long to try to get out, and then they turn on the kryptonite, which I love. This kryptonite you can turn on and off. It's kind of a weird.
Yeah, why not just leave it on the whole time in the cage-like cell?
Yeah.
But then we wouldn't get the cool moment. And that's the guy. He's like waiting. I'm like, no, not yet. He has to see it, think it's cool, and then we turn it on. It's gonna be.
The other guys are like, the other guy's like, you idiot! You thought you could take him alone, and now you're gonna let him escape because you're stupid fucking. And then he did it. And he's like, see?
Now didn't that look fucking sick?
But
it's about the drama, guys.
When I get sent to jail, for murder, I'm going to request a cage-like cell. Can I have a cage-like cell?
And
Can I have a cell that's cage-like?
And then they're going to hit you in the back with a fucking billy club.
They can if I'm in my cage-like cell.
I guess that is true. Fucking touche. Okay, Clark tries to break out, but he's unable to do so. His captor can control the intensity of the kryptonite lining, and he threatens to increase the kryptonite charge even more if Clark tries to escape again. Lionel steps out of a helicopter and meets Patricia Swan, Virgil Swan's daughter. We were talking about it before. Virgil Swan, of course, was Christopher Reeve. All the way back in season 2?
Season 2 was the first appearance. He made another appearance in season 3.
Right.
And then passed shortly thereafter.
Where they are here, they're in quote unquote Metropolis. I would go for walks in this area all the time on that
Sweet.
coastline.
When did you go to Metropolis?
I don't have a good joke.
This Christopher Reeve daughter character does not have the juice.
No.
Lana couldn't steal her juice because she had none.
It's Lana. Lana came in and it was a trap. There was no juice.
Why'd you waste my time?
No, there was a threat here. She was going to become a larger character, and it was.
Yeah, they were like hinting at that, and obviously they knew that wasn't the case.
Been handled. Okay, so Lionel accuses her of sending him the cryptic message he received earlier. Patricia explains that she received all of her father's research after he passed away. He was particularly obsessed with a traveler, quote unquote, who came to Smallville during a meteor shower. It's funny that Veritas has all this information on Clark and nada bing on Kara.
Right.
Wouldn't it be 2? They only know about the
Also,
1?
Her dad literally met Clark and knew about him.
Right.
Right.
The fuck?
Also, Lionel was part of the secret society that believed a alien traveler was going to come in a meteor shower, and he didn't put together that it was Clark until season 5 or whatever. Fuck.
That bothered me a lot. And then let's also just head back to the pilot. Has been studying a meteor shower and an alien who will come to Earth in it and thinks that's a good day for a fucking helicopter ride in Smallville?
Right. And don't forget the season 2 episode where we find out that Lionel helped the Kents do the fake adoption for the baby that had in their car during the meteor shower.
We just got a random baby. I'm not worried about that at all.
I definitely haven't been part of a secret group that's expecting an alien baby to come in a meteor shower. So,
and this is not this. You've seen the show a handful of times. This is some first viewing. Wait, what?
Yes.
I have not intensely seen this show many, many times. This is one view. For my first time seeing this episode going, that don't make no sense. That don't make no sense.
Yes. No, I had the same response. I'm like, nah, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Just wait. In season 8, they retcon the retcon to tell you more about the Veritas thing that we didn't realize now.
They realized it didn't make any fucking sense.
No, they said that made too much sense. Let's.
Fucking sick. Okay, he was particularly obsessed with a traveler who came to Smallville during a meteor shower. Her father, along with the Queens, Oliver's parents, of course, the Teagues, Jason Teague's parents from season 4 with the Stone storyline, Jensen Ackles, and Lionel used to gather every summer to prepare to welcome the traveler. Just some weird rich people, just like, we're going into the woods to welcome the traveler. It's a secret.
Every summer. And you forgot about that. The one time it happened, Lionel totally spaced it. He was so preoccupied.
Do you think they all, I'm trying to think, like, rich people into the woods gather in the summer for some weird, like, to prepare for the trap. Weird sex stuff happened here, right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
weird sex stuff happened.
This poor daughter of the Reeves character has no idea. She thinks it was about aliens. He's like, Lionel doesn't have the heart to tell her that was a cover. We were all just fucking each other.
We were all just fucking. No, I would know. You think it would take me till season 5 to figure out who he was if I? No, I was fucking your mom and your dad together.
Yes, and it was great. And we had a great time.
And the Teagues watched. We're calling this episode Secret Sex Party. Secret Alien Sex Party. Okay, they formed a secret society called Veritas. I don't know how secret societies work. Don't fucking quote me. I think you need more than like, what is it? The Queens, the Teagues, Lionel. That's
eight-ish, 7, 8 people.
That's a club at best.
I think if you're rich though, if like you're billionaires, all of you are million and billionaires, that counts for more people.
I guess so. You're right. No, it's a good point.
Yeah. It's like although those Eyes Wide Shut parties, there was hundreds of people there.
Okay, hang on though. Taking into account this is clearly a sex cover. If they wore the weird Eyes Wide Shut masks, that counts. It's all good.
It automatically counts as a society.
Yes, that's all it takes.
What's the minimum? 3 people if
3.
you have those suits? Is this
3?
2 people is you're just doing cosplay with your partner.
That's just having a good time.
Yeah, all you need is one piano player.
Yes, okay.
That chanting music.
All right, hear me out. One person, one piano player. What up? Both in masks.
The thing is, the piano player has to be playing the piano during the sex. So if you can manage that.
Yes, I can.
You can't just play chopsticks though, Brian. It has to be sex club music.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not. You think I'm not bringing a fucking pianist into the situation, and I only want weird Gregorian sex music.
In my mind, you were playing the piano in this. That's why I was like, you can't just do chopsticks, Brian.
No. Oh, no. I'm the masturbator in this scenario. In a mask.
I'm sorry, sir. I responded to your ad for weird sex cult, not play piano while you masturbate.
Hey, is my money no good? Is my money no fucking good? Patricia,
that's Eyes Wide Shut 2. We're gonna make. The guy's like, put on your clothes, please.
No. You can't make me.
Oh, shit.
Patricia points out that everyone has died except for Lionel. She then accuses him of killing Edward Teague and Robert and Laura Queen and assisting in her father's death. I was like, you've killed the Queens. And I'm like, did we know that? That's fucking wild. No, we didn't. That was...
Yeah. I don't think we did know that.
No, we definitely didn't. Because Oliver already didn't like Lex just because he was a little bitch.
Right.
We've never added in, and your dad killed my parents.
Right. The Queens really didn't need to have anything to do with this, but...
Just try. Yeah, it's a weird... Well,
just
then...
another name we can put in.
Maybe you do need them for the secret society. I guess... Lionel turns to leave, but Patricia says that she has evidence linking him to their murders. She demands to be taken to the Traveler, or else she will release the evidence. Lionel doesn't comply.
John Glover, at this last moment in the scene where he basically tells her to fuck off, he gets 3 centimeters from her face to talk to her. It's amazing.
Gorgeous.
He's talking so close to her. I gotta say, John Glover really brings it this episode. He's always good, but he's kind of had mailed it in this season because they don't give him much.
They don't. Yeah, right. There's only so much he can do.
But this episode, he gets to play a lot. Like he's kind of playing Lionel, falling apart a little bit. And
yeah.
Like when he lies in this episode, he's not really doing a good job, and I think that's intentional.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
convincing like he normally is, and I think that's an intentional John Glover choice. So
Yeah.
he's so good.
It makes sense that there's it makes sense, season 7, earlier this season, there's been an element of, like, this is, I'm sure, a job he's kind of ready to bail on. And now, we're kind of starting your final fucking program to write you off.
Right.
So now he's kind of back to bringing it. I would say this episode exists because John Glover is holding it up.
Yes. Well, I mean, the whole episode is we're trying to put a nice button on the John Glover character, a nice ending of, he was bad and then he got good and had some redemption, and now it's like, has he really changed? Has he not? And that's kind of what we're going to find out and what we're struggling with here.
Right.
And is his change enough to make up for the damage he's
Sure.
done?
Yeah. At the Luther mansion, Kara Kent looks at documents supposedly from
the
her
answer is
past.
no, by the way.
No.
Just so you,
Got it.
sorry to interrupt.
Got
You
it.
can't
Great.
know. He's ruined the world.
You're a bad guy, I think.
Literally, Lex is what you did to the world, and
Bare minimum, not a good dad. Pretty bad job at that. Not good.
He's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Well, remember the electroshock therapy?"
Yeah, remember when I
gave
took
your
in my dead clone son and already just immediately loved him more than I ever loved you? He made something of himself. Look at him. He's the editor of the Daily Planet. Look at him. That's a man, Lex.
Slow motion.
At the Luther mansion, Kara Kent looks at documents supposedly from her past. Lex Luthor enters and convinces her once again to have her procedure to regain her memory. When Kara finally decides to do the procedure, Lex exits her room and meets with one of his assistants who has Kara under surveillance. The assistant is hesitant about giving Kara the procedure so soon, but Lex demands that she get the lab ready as soon as possible. It is unclear to me what this procedure will do.
Great point. Although I guess Lex had similar stuff with the Summerholt with his memory stuff.
Oh, I guess so. Now, theoretically, if Kara's powers did work, you can't get in there.
Didn't they? It uses kryptonite. Didn't Clark get strapped to that thing? He got dunked in the tank once and almost killed him, and we got to see his memory.
Yeah. So,
but Lex doesn't know that she's an alien.
Lex doesn't clear if he knows he's got to use kryptonite to get in there. Once again, what else does he need to know?
The best part of this scene, Brian, excuse me, is it opens with Kara reading a Smallville High yearbook in which she has a photo and an entry like, "I'll miss my friends for this, blah, 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 blah." And she's like, "I have no memory of any of this." She didn't go to Smallville High.
She did not.
So this document was created as part of a cover-up to give her a fake identity. The lengths that they went to. Who was this fake yearbook for? Because she was in on the fake when they came up with the fake identity for her.
And Zach, I've never seen your high school near your yearbook, and I'm pretty sure you're not an alien.
Right.
As if, Zach, are you an alien? That's impossible. Look, here's my high school yearbook.
So, did they invent this in the last week for her? To try to convince her?
Yeah, God, fucking... But, all right, putting together a yearbook, a whole yearbook? Now, I guess Chloe could make that happen, but that's more of a Lex thing, right? Because that's one copy of a yearbook. Those are only practical in bulk, right?
He's got 2,000
other
copies in his garage. In the Clark room.
Lex made a whole big to-do about emptying out the Clark room, being done with the Clark room. We're all done with it. And I'm like a servant, a maid, just eyebrows waggling as he's pushing in 2,000 Smallville High yearbooks into the Clark room. Like, it's for a different thing. It's for a different thing.
It's a different Kent.
Yeah.
Doesn't count.
It's a girl one this time.
And she's my friend.
Now I'm going to take her brain out. It's to convince her to let me take her brain out. God, you're fired. God.
Honestly, we talked about how dumb it was that Clark and Lana and them don't want to tell her because reasons. But even if you made that decision, if then it was like, yeah, now we have to create a fake yearbook for it, I'd be like, no, forget it, fuck it. That's too much work.
Yep,
We're not doing that.
Nope.
We'll just tell her and we'll roll the dice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fake yearbook is who made the fucking fake yearbook and why? Talkville. We're calling Talkville right fucking now. We're calling him right fucking now. Lionel enters the control room of Clark's cell and orders Clark's captor to stop torturing Clark. Lionel reveals that he built the cell to contain Clark, but he doesn't want the captor to harm Clark in any way. Later, Lana and Chloe enter Lionel's Luthor Corp office to show him the kryptonite taser. They blame Lionel for Clark's capture since he knows Clark's weakness, but Lionel tells them that Kara's memory might be coming back, causing Lex to figure out Clark's secret. Lana threatens to kill Lex if he harms Clark.
And Lionel's like, I'll take care of Lex.
I missed this part where Lionel is already revealed to be the person who got Clark. So I was living in a world where we didn't know. We didn't know. I still knew he was lying in like the scene, but
right, yeah, that's because he's doing a good job acting of like not lying well.
Right.
As well as usual.
At the Daily Planet, Chloe shows Lana research on an abandoned airstrip purchased by Lionel and reconstructed with a ton of refined meteor rock. I think there's a line here about, like, the military working on tasers. Like, oh yeah?
Well, I think they have it backwards because Chloe's in the Daily Planet and Lana walks in like she just came from another part of the Daily Planet. She's like, I did some digging and I had like, do you work here, Lana?
Yeah, you can't like any office I've ever worked in, I can't speak for 2008, but like the computer has a specific login that you have to use.
Right. And also, do the major newspapers just let people bring their friends all the time to just like hang out there?
There's a lot of friends just allowed in I don't think clearly we test this out. We go to the New York Times. It was like my friend's up there. My friend's up there.
Yeah, let's see. Let's find it. Yeah.
Let me
yeah, it's a little too late for that. The New York Times is like it's like two people up there now.
There was a rigorous sign-in process, Zach, to get a friend up to collegehumor.com. It's
Brian, that guy with the red jacket and blue shirt is here again. Are you expecting him?
He wants to use the computers. Clark, at least I believe, could get in. Clark could get in before there was any
right, for sure, yeah. People just assume he works there. He's there so often.
Right. All right. Chloe determines that Kara is the only one who can break into the place. So she tells Lana that she can use the key to bring Kara to the fortress so Kara can get her memory and her powers back. Lana says that they can sneak Kara out of the Luthor mansion by using Lex's secret exit passageways. Why, if the powers can come and go, Zach, why didn't they just take the powers when they put them on Earth and give it to them later? Because
because
did they not think he could get a boner and burn his house down?
Because the Stones.
Right.
Yeah, and Veritas. Don't forget
Yeah,
about
yeah. God, stop giving the powers away, man.
So stupid.
It'd be one thing to me if, like, you know, I'm making this up, I think, but like if blue kryptonite or some shit, if there was like a kryptonite that took the powers away, and then like you could
Right.
put a thing on, or what? And I do think that's actually what happens.
Yeah, we did. No, they did an episode that was earlier this year. Blue
Right.
Kryptonite.
That makes sense to me. But like Jor-El can just, I'm taking your fucking power keys away.
I mean,
You'll get these back when I
makes,
can trust you again.
It makes no sense. They did do it in Superman 2. Right? He goes in that little chamber.
They did, but he had to go into the chamber, and that was a whole thing. And that's a good movie.
Right. It is. Yeah, I don't know. The things that this not alive Jor-El computer thing can do, it's pretty amazing. The technology they had.
And you know, and it's kryptonite. It's Krypton technology. We don't understand it.
Right. And again, they could do all this, but they couldn't build a spaceship big enough for 3 people. That's just a bummer. It's just a bummer.
And it's all the amount of like, and Clark will save Earth. I don't know about you, but like, if it was like, if, you know, our planet is fucking dying as we speak, and it was like, oh man, this kid's gonna save Biggity Bong World. And like, who fucking cares?
Well, I'd be like, you know what we could do is we could all go to Biggity Bong World.
Why don't we all go to Biggity Bong World?
I literally have a key that will bring me if I go through this portal.
You don't even need
I've been there before.
You don't even need the 3 fucking seats. Why didn't they? You don't even need 3 fucking. No wonder they didn't have 3 fucking seats. They don't need them. Clearly, that portal just that portal collapsed.
You don't need to risk the trip.
Yeah,
for the kid. You just bring him there and drop him off.
Do you know all the shit that can fucking go wrong in space?
You know what really happened, Brian? Jor-El and his wife didn't even know the planet was going to die. They just want to get rid of that kid. It was just like, it was like the Penguin in Batman Returns. They're just like, send this fucking kid out of here.
Yeah, and it was like,
we don't want this kid.
Get him out of here. Take him through that portal you're going through that you don't think I know about. Huh? Portal? I don't know anything about a portal.
Yeah, I'll have to build him a spaceship.
Yeah, we'll have to build a spaceship.
Portal. God, Jor-El, he thinks I don't know, and so he built a whole fucking spaceship to just to go along, just to keep his lie up about this fucking portal.
Krypton.
Krypton.
Fuck.
I send them you, my only son, and also because I don't want you anymore.
Do you think we'll get a Jor-El stunt cast in James Gunn's Superman?
I mean, I feel like we would have heard it, right?
You keep that a secret, though. Who would you stunt cast? I'm sure it's just like a scene because I'll say,
we already got Russell Crowe. You know?
Yeah.
We got Marlon Brando and Russell Crowe. What's the next? Like, there's a trend there. It's like once hunky leading men who like.
Right? Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude.
What's the who's next on that?
Who's next?
Or maybe it's a curse because Brando and Russell Crowe weren't that big when they did that role, but shortly thereafter they got real big.
Tom
Cruise. No way. Now that the Mission Impossible movies are over, he's just going to let himself go. Just
Tom Cruise.
I mean, he is believable as an alien from another planet.
That's my half court, baby. That's my half court shot. Trailer for that came out.
Subject.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say that's like exactly what I was going to say. What'd you think of the trailer?
It's a couple weeks old now by this point, but the burner is currently up to cautiously optimistic. I liked what we saw of Superman. You know, I liked the personality we were seeing. For
Yes.
3 or 4, however many movies of Superman being so dour and like exploring what it means geopolitically for Superman to I just like the line of like, people were dying, I went to help, I don't care about all that crap. Like,
Yes.
I thought was good.
I thought it looked like fun, and it looks like he has good chemistry with the Lois character, and that's what's most important to me.
Yeah.
I'm a little bummed that they seem to be doing away with the secret identity thing pretty quickly.
Yeah.
At least in terms of Lois knowing the truth about him.
Right. I kind of understand on a certain level. Oh boy, we sure have done that.
We have, but not for a while.
No, it's been a while. I'm with you.
They didn't do it in Man of Steel at all.
Right. And I don't know, I wouldn't mind seeing the more vanilla Superman on it of the like vanilla classic default Superman. I'm a little bummed out, and this is the inevitability of superhero movies in 2025. I'm a little bummed out to see like other DC characters sprinkled in there. There was like a Green Lantern. There's Nathan Fillion had I don't know who he is, but
because we're setting up a whole universe now.
Yeah,
Ryan.
and
you can't
that's
just make a Superman movie.
It's like it's fucking Superman, man. He can stand on his own, or at least he should. He's a big movie guy. You know how like the Batman had none of that stuff? It was just a fucking Batman movie.
Yes.
I don't know. I would love that for Superman right now. I'd love that for Superman.
And the worst part of the Batman movie is when they shoehorned the Joker in that one part. That was the least effective part of that.
That was the least effective part of that fucking movie, and it wasn't even that, you know. But at least that's the Joker, you know. Like,
right? Yeah.
That's another Batman guy.
But I do think the movie looks fun, and I'm also cautiously optimistic. And I thought it looks like maybe they tinkered with the color correction a little bit, because it didn't seem as bad to me this time around.
Yeah. I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yes.
I'm a little like, oh, we're doing the dog, huh? We're like into doing the dog. That's fine. That could be fun. I see. Why not? We haven't done the dog. Maybe let's do the dog. Yeah. But all right, I guess we're doing the dog. I did with my kid watch the DC League of Super Pets, the animated film starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I had some curiosity towards it when it came out, and when we were doing our Superman movies, I had thought about like, should we do that one? Superman features prominently. It's fucking, oh god, it's bad. And it's not actual, it's Kate McKinnon, SNL's Kate McKinnon, in the 90s or the 2000s would be headlining her own comedy vehicles. And the state of comedy in the 2020s is she is the voice of an evil gerbil who's going to kill Superman's dog. And like,
not fair.
This sucks.
It's a bummer. Funny you mentioned considering doing that for our Superman marathon, because we were considering doing the Flash at the end, because that has Batman and, you know, is in the same universe.
Right.
And I love that, like, after Batman v Superman and 2 Justice Leagues, you and I were like, no, we're not doing any more of these fucking movies. We were just like, we're done. Give me the Smallville. Bring back Smallville. This 2 Justice Leagues almost killed me just for movies in general.
A fool just like, don't like movies. If this is what we're doing, I don't want to see them anymore.
There's people who watch that shit voluntarily and enjoy it, and good God bless them.
God bless them. It ain't no fucking crime. It ain't for me, man. It ain't for fucking me, or for most general audiences. I think it is for who it is for, and I'm glad you have it. And they're mad they didn't get more. It's incredible you got something. I think if those came out when I was 14, I'm sure we talked about this, I would have had more affection for them because they took it seriously.
Probably. Ugh. Yeah. probably.
Ugh.
But I don't know. You instinctively know when something isn't fucking fun at all.
Nothing happens in those movies. Nothing happens
Yeah.
in those movies.
Yeah.
Not a goddamn. We tried to talk about those movies. Not a goddamn thing happens in them.
One thing did happen. Martha! Why'd you say that name?
Why'd you say that name? I know it's the meme thing, but guys, it's bad. It's real bad.
Oh.
Oh, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. Justice is Blind Edition. What'd they call that? What's the extended edition called?
Justice.
It doesn't matter.
can't
I'm
remember.
sure it's just fucking whatever. Oh, the black and white Justice League is Justice is Gray. That's what I'm thinking of.
Oh, that's what you think. Yeah.
Fuck.
That is the worst trend. The black and white special edition trend.
Oh.
It's like the Logan had one on their fucking.
Oh. So, the Raiders of the Lost Ark, Spielberg apparently shot it, thinking in terms of like he wanted it to be able to look good in black and white. And there's still no black and white edition of Raiders. You know?
No. Yeah.
It's not. God. And then I think Frank Darabont, there was a black and white The Mist, like a DVD edition,
Yeah.
and like, but he shot for it, you know?
He
Like,
wanted it to.
he wanted it in black and white, and then
the studio is like absolutely fucking not.
because people see a black and white movie and go, why? Because it's classy. The Mist actually to me makes sense in black and white, just in its kind of cheesy, dopey.
Yeah, Twilight Zone-y kind of.
Right. Anyway, Patricia meets Lex in his mansion and gives him a gift. A painting of the Veritas insignia that Lex painted when they were kids. She explains that their parents, along with the Queens and the Teagues, called themselves Veritas, a gross, weird, masked rich people sex club. She didn't tell him what secret things they talked about.
While they fucked each other.
Big time on all sorts of things. Later, Lex visits Lionel and just on what was it? Barefoot brand white wine by the lake. Later, Teague visits Lionel in his office. Later, Lex visits Lionel in his office and shows him the painting. Lionel still won't give up any information about Veritas, so Lex declares that he would go back to Patricia. After Lex leaves, Lionel calls Patricia and tells her that he is ready to make a deal. Lana and Chloe head off to get Kara in Chloe's... Lana and Chloe head off to get Kara in Chloe's Yaris. Is that the name of the car? Is that it was a very like Toyota.
I love even the wiki is dropping the brand.
Yeah,
of the
right.
car.
I did see a Donald Trump bumper sticker on a Toyota today, and like, you really want to put that on a foreign car right now? You really want to draw that comparison right now? Lex and his assistant are preparing to take Kara to the lab when they suddenly lose their surveillance feed. While Lex orders a lockdown, Lana and Chloe order Kara to come with them. They escape before Lex enters Kara's room. Clark wanders around the cage-like cell, when his captor finally comes out of the control room to talk to him. He was the head of security for 33.1! Once again, he increases the kryptonite charge before calling Clark a freak.
Rude. Okay, you can torture him, but you don't got a name call.
Like, come on, he's clearly a nice boy.
Yeah.
That night, Chloe takes Kara to the Fortress of Solitude. Chloe asks Jor-El to restore Kara's memory and powers in order for her to help Clark, but Jor-El doesn't respond. Chloe continues making a heartfelt speech to Jor-El. Suddenly, the fortress dims and bright lights lift Kara up. Although Kara has no memory of being taken to the fortress, the rest of her memory and her powers are restored. Chloe's speech here, was this she's given some season finale work here. That
I thought is the reason they wrote the scene that way because we can't get Terrence Stamp this week. We can't get him back.
you're probably right. You're probably right.
So make it so he doesn't respond. Chloe gives an impassioned speech, and then he just does what she wants.
Terrence was busy this week, huh? All right.
He was off filming Get Smart.
Must have been that. In 2008.
Actually, that would have been the time.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, yeah. I guess so. So, yeah, maybe. A worried Lionel watches Clark stumble around his cage-like cell. Patricia enters the control room and orders to see the Traveler before handing over the incriminating evidence. She is horrified to see Lionel has put him in a cage-like cell. Patricia then demands to meet him face-to-face before saying that she will take him away. Pierce, the captor, knocks out Patricia, allowing Lionel to steal the evidence without handing over Clark. Is that some head trauma there? Concussion. Lionel orders Pierce to return Clark discreetly to his home, but Pierce points a gun at Lionel and refuses to let Clark go. He fears that Clark is dangerous and a threat to national security. Lionel denies that Clark is a threat, but Pierce knocks Lionel out before increasing the kryptonite charge to a fatal level. Clark collapses to the ground, the doors burst open, and Kara blasts the controls with her heat vision. I do think this is an interesting bit here of... This has been my problem with Lex the entire time, right? My quote-unquote issue with Lex, the should Clark tell Lex. I think even when Lex would be trying to do the right thing, he would fuck up Clark in some capacity. Things like put him in a cell-like cage so other people couldn't get to him.
Right, yeah.
I think if Clark had told Lex what was up, stuff like this would have happened.
See, I only think that's true after a certain point. I think first couple seasons, Lex was legitimately a good dude trying to do good and fighting his dad, trying to save the factory. I don't think it wasn't until he went on that island and then had his memory fucking erased.
Yeah. No, it's a good point. Okay, I'll addendum to that is not a foregone conclusion, but it is on the spinny dial of things that could happen if.
Right, but like Lionel has even probably done more good for Clark than bad since he's discovered the secret.
That is true.
He's helped. He's helped a bunch.
You just have to go sit in a kryptonite cage for a while sometimes, and isn't that worth it?
I think Lex would have had his back hardcore.
Yeah, maybe. We'll just have to keep arguing about this
until a certain point, and then it was like,
of course,
I've been lied to too much.
Yeah. Okay. The doors burst open, and Kara blasts the controls with her heat vision. Kara gets a hero entrance here. She lifts the cage off of Clark and throws it towards the control room. Clark is revived, and they embrace. Pierce aims a gun containing kryptonite darts at them, but Lionel pushes Pierce to his death. Clark looks shocked to see Lionel standing in the control room.
Did Lionel get a concussion when he got knocked out? I don't know.
Goodness gracious. Judgment call on your end. I don't think we see it.
I don't remember. Yeah,
I don't think we see it.
I want this to be legit, so we're not going to count it. My integrity is too great. Like
the people are relying on this count, man. We can't be willy-nilly with it.
Brian, do you think we're going to get another concussion before the end for Lex?
I hope so.
The rest of this season. You think we get at least one more concussion?
I hope so. Here's hoping. Do I think?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do I hope? Yes. I don't see how we don't get another concussion for him. My guess, okay, I'm calling it now. I'm going to guess he will have a concussion in his final episode.
Oh, wow. All right. I don't remember, honestly, one way or the other. So
great. That's my call. At the Kent farm, Patricia tells Clark that Virgil Swan admired him very much. She gives him a journal of her father's. Clark looks through it, and he does sit and sift through this book silently for a long time while she stands behind him. It's a long time. Clark looks through it and hopes that he can live up to everyone's expectations of him. Patricia explains that Lionel killed Robert and Laura Queen, Edward Teague, and probably Virgil Swan because he wanted the Traveler all to himself. Although Clark declines her offer to go with her, she decides to stay in Metropolis to be there for him. And I had a full, oh, good. Great. More of these scenes, huh?
Yeah, it's electric. I also love the creepiness of, hey, I'm going to get an apartment in the city just in case you need me, random stranger.
Yeah, right.
Like, you're rich. I could just call you and you could fly in if I need. I mean, I don't know.
Are you,
what do you think
hitting
I'm gonna need?
on me?
I have superpowers, lady. What do you think I need?
Yeah, where do you? I'll find you.
If I need you to wire me money, I'll let you know.
Yeah, right. I already have a rich best bud and a rich former best bud who is not my best bud anymore.
Literally every time I lose one, I replace it with another one. Actually, now I have two rich best buds. One is Oliver Queen and one is Lionel Luther. Actually, I just lost one. So
shit.
I guess Lionel and I are on the...
You're on the bench. You're on the bench. I'll call you up. Assuming you don't get shot in the car. Clark enters... What was that?
Go ahead, sorry.
Great. Clark enters Lionel's office and Lionel apologizes for having to lock Clark in the cell. He tells Clark that he was only trying to ensure his safety since he received letters saying that Clark was going to be kidnapped. Clark is upset and questions why he built the cell in the first place. Lionel goes on to explain that he built it to hold other dangerous Kryptonians. Clark says that he knows about the Veritas murders, but Lionel claims to be a changed man. Clark doesn't believe him. That's still a lot of murder.
Tom Welling oftentimes is a little out of his league in scenes with John Glover,
was good.
But I felt like he did really good here.
This was good, and he gets a good moment here of...
Yeah, he doesn't storm in all angry, indignant Clark. He is really trying to give Lionel a chance, and he's sad. He's like, no, you haven't changed, man. You're still...
Yeah, and it's the line is literally as Lionel says, I'm a changed man. No, you're not. And it's good. Yeah. It's good. It's some good Welling work.
But he really thinks about it and is like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
You're not.
Good stuff. Good stuff. While Clark is repairing the damage to the barn, Kara enters. Clark gives Kara her bracelet back and thanks her for saving him. Kara feels foolish for trusting Lex, but doesn't understand why he and Lionel have saved them before. Clark tells her that the Luthers are a lost cause. They will only do the right thing if it benefits them. Lex is a hard man to understand, but in a way, he is just doing what he feels is right sometimes. Kara will never forget about Lex and the times they spent together. Patricia's limousine stops in the middle of the road. Her driver gets out and shoots her! Later, Lex chillingly wipes the blood off of Patricia's locket and examines it along with the Veritas painting. What sense does it make to stop the car in the middle of the road, get out of the car, have her open the window, then shoot her, then get back in the car?
So the audience can see it. Also, not done in a secluded area. We're on the because filming that day, but it's the city, and it is
the city of Vancouver, and
anyone can be looking out their window. You know, there's all these buildings.
That's it. But though Lex is so fucking rich, it doesn't matter.
I don't know that it makes a lot of sense for Lex to kill her there. I think that's just so he could get that locket.
That's it. See, he's the bad guy.
Right. I feel like he could get more information by letting her live.
That is probably correct, but here we are. I'm looking here. I'm scanning through for some notes. No Lois Lane this episode. Jimmy Olsen can be seen but not heard, which is just how I like my real Jimmy Olsen. Seen but not heard. Kara's yearbook dedication reads, "This has been the best year ever. Thanks to all of my teachers and fellow students for their friendship and help. I will be modeling this summer." Who do you think wrote that?
It's either Chloe or Lana or Lex.
Get this. Lana doesn't know about the key or how to use it to transport people from the Kawachi Caves to the fortress. Clark actually showed her the key and transported her to the fortress in season 5's Reckoning. Oh, got it. But that got reset. All right, Smallville. You win this time.
Oh, shit. I forgot. They made the weird choice to have Kara, when she regains her memory of being herself, losing the memory of the time she lost her memory. Because she goes, when she gets her memory back, she goes, "What am I doing in the fortress?" So that's another memory loss.
Wow, son of a bitch. Lana notes that the only people who know about Clark's weaknesses are her, Chloe, and Lionel. She has apparently forgotten about Pete Ross and Martha Kent.
Wait. She doesn't know why she's in the fortress, implying she has forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
But she said she'll never forget her time with Lex, so she remembers that.
Mm-hmm.
So she just forgot the trip to the fortress?
That appears to be the case.
That's, it's still memory loss.
Still memory loss. Although it was only a one-way conversation, this episode marks the first time Chloe speaks to Jor-El.
Yeah. If that person's not there, I don't know how much you're really speaking to them.
Yeah, right. I have here goofs. We don't always get a goofs section. As Chloe and Lana walked in, she said to Lionel that there's the only people... Oh, no, that's literally just what I read. Okay, I guess that's... Aaron Douglas, who played Pierce, also played Deputy Bertego in Obscura. What was Obscura? That was a season 1 episode.
That guy did look familiar.
I thought so too. That is the episode where Lana gets kidnapped and ends up in a basement.
Was he the kidnapper?
Aaron Douglas. Let's see. Loading. Michael Bertego. Hang on. We're coming. Deputy Sheriff in Smallville. He was the partner of Gary Watts. Bertego was present at the gas station explosion where a psychic link was created between his partner and Lana Lang.
He was the red herring.
Yes,
we
wow.
You think it was him.
He looks like a baby in this picture. Wow. Funny.
Wait, he could still be the same guy.
He
got a job in private security afterwards, and he was like, "I hate media freaks because all this shit happened."
They're nasty, and they're weird.
Although that guy might have died. I can't remember if that guy made it or not.
All right. I guess that's it for... What was this episode called? Traveler. Thank you for joining us, everybody. We'll be back next week. Zach, do you have any final thoughts or a question for the Smallville gods?
Is Lex going to get another concussion before the end of the season?
You fucking know it, baby. What masks should we buy for our secret rich people sex society?
Oh man, I feel like they gotta be they can't be like a Michael Myers mask or something like that. It's got to be
No,
like
that'd be
just
sick, though.
weird.
Yeah, the weird, like, the plague doctor, like, noses. Yeah.
It's got to be phallic and like
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.